Hello to everybody. A little bit early start here in St Loman's Park. Trim v Dunboyne in the fourth round of the Brendan Davis Cup. Game just on 1 minute. It started ahead of schedule, and that's the first wide of the game for Dunboyne. We'll give you the line-outs in a couple of minutes when we get a chance. Quick puck out there from Peter Farrell to David Murta. David Murta gives the ball in there towards Brian Dowley, but it's taken away from him by cornerback. We'll have to get used to the Dunboyne team now in a minute. Out comes Luke Moran with the ball, goes to Malloy in the middle of the field. Mark with the left, bounces on the ground, gives a crossfield pass over towards Arnie McGree, who's lined out centre forward again. It's back towards Dylan Farrell, back to David Murta in the middle of the field. He has a strike for a shot, for a point. First score after 2 minutes by David Murta for Trim to put the score 1 point to Trim, no score for Dunboyne. That was looking like a quick puck out there by Dunboyne stalwart Michael Dunn, who's playing in goals. Used to be full back, used to be full forward. And Mickey Dunn pucks the ball out the left hand side here towards Joey Cole. Joey puts a stick on it, knocks it away from his man. Mikey Cullen is free if he can find him. It's on to Mark Malloy. Malloy with the ball, gives it out towards David Murta again. He should look for a short one this time. He goes long, looking for a second score of the game. Drops into the hands of Michael Dunn. Mickey gives the ball out down towards the middle towards Joey Cole again. Joey taps it down towards Shawnee McGee. Shawnee on the ball, chopped there from the Dunboyne man, but he got away with it. McGee is still on the ball, gives it out towards David Murta again. David should give it down the wing there towards, he gives it instead to Brian Dowling, who fumbles and misses. And that Dunboyne man looked to be foul. No frees in the game so far, but Stephen does give a free. Referee is Stephen Masterson. So after approximately 2 minutes of the game, we'll get through the teams in a minute. A lively start by Trim, 1 point to no score. Cornerback for Dunboyne takes the ball down towards number 10, Adam O'Connor. Adam goes around Gary Fleming, who was going to swipe, and he doesn't. Gives it back out there towards Luke Moore. Brave challenge by Luke. Comes out to to Kieran O'Rourke. Rourke on to David Murta. David on to Mark Malloy. Malloy turns to the right. Bounces on that's twice he's done that, but he's robbed there by Kieran McKay, who gives it in towards Shawnee McGee. Shawnee grabs it, or doesn't grab it, and it's taken on there by I think that's number 14, Jack Cox, who gets his first score of the game. I think I could be right in saying Jack is the son of Sean, who was injured unfortunately in that Liverpool game some years ago. Out this puck out from Pizzi out towards the wing, where it's blocked away there by 10, Adam O'Connor, for a line ball to Trim. 3 minutes gone, 1 point apiece. Very lively start to the game. We'll get some word here from co-commentator Fergal Lynch in a minute, when great ball across the field from Joey Cole to his brother Mikey. Mikey gives a lovely short ball to Mark Malloy. Malloy is a shot from short out, but it's a wide ball for Mark, and a wide ball for Trim, and a quick puck out's the feature of the night. Goes towards centre forward there, Kieran McKay, robbed by Arnie McGee. On goes Kieran O'Rourke. Lovely by O'Rourke. He's lost his stick though. Gives it back to Mark Malloy. David Murta's free if he can find him. Finds Shawnee McGee. Doesn't, out towards Mikey Cullen. Mikey might go at his man here. There goes Mikey. Mikey gives in towards Dylan Farrell. Lovely ball in towards Brian Dowling. Turns on the run, shoots. Lovely score from Trim. Lovely ball by Mikey Cullen into Brian Dowling for his first score of the game. And Trim lead 2 points to 1 with 4 minutes and 16 seconds gone. Mickey Dunn with the ball, puck out for Dunboyne again. Long ball down the wing towards Shawnee McGee again. Shawnee should tap it down there to Joey Cole, which he tries to. Joey missed it. It's won there back by number 5 for Dunboyne, Peter Doherty. Gives it in towards the centre again, where 18 went for it. We don't have his name, but won there again by Kieran O'Rourke. Rourke is fouled on the 21-yard line, puts the ball down. It'll be a free for Trim, which Pizzi Farrell will come out. Number 18 is Darragh Gilmartin, son of John Gilmartin, who is chairman, I think, of the minor board at the minute, a great hurling man from Dunboyne. Peter down the wing towards Brian Dowling. There's 2 men on Brian. Does he grab it? Yes, he does. Mikey's outside, but he gives a great ball across the middle towards Shawnee McGee. Goes to Arnie. Can Arnie get a stick to it? He does. A lovely stick to Dylan Farrell. Back to Mark Malloy. Malloy will have a shot from 40, 50 yards for Trim's third score of the game. Lovely start from Trim. Malloy's first score and Trim leading 3 points to 1. There's no time to have a word with Fergal here because the puck out is going so quick. Nicely won there by Kieran O'Rourke onto Mark Malloy. Looked off the ground there by number 9 Michael O'Grady for Dunboyne. Gives it in there towards Luke Moran. It beats Luke and his man Jack Cox. Cox got the better of Luke though on the pace, and he has it on the 21. Gives it back out there towards Danny Coleman. Great, just nearly a great take by Danny. David Murta grabs it out to Peter Farrell, who should find Mikey Cullen down this wing. He doesn't just get to him. It was a nice looking ball, but Peter Doherty got it, and he has a shot for a score, and it's gone over the bar for a score for Peter Doherty from wing back. Pete gave a little bit light on the pass to Mikey Cullen, and the score is 3 points to 2 with 6 minutes gone. Peter goes down the middle towards Joey Cole. Lovely from Joey. Mark Malloy is free, he gives it to him. Malloy is looking for Brian Dowling, he gives it on in long, third ball in the row for Brian. Gives it, will he go with his man? Yes he does. Number 4 has gone to the ground, gives it across to 21 towards Dylan Farrell, and the ball goes wide. Brian nearly should have put it over the bar, but lively start there, Fergal.
Yeah, as you said, it's a feature of the game now. It's the quick puck outs and not much chance for anybody to catch breath or have a look.
Brilliant take by Kieran O'Rourke. Outstanding by O'Rourke. Playing brilliant hurling and football this year for Trim. Gives it on towards Joey Cole. He should find Mikey Cullen with one more. Back to Sean McGee. McGee cuts in back to Arnie. Arnie will have a go with the right hand. Does Arnie score? Wide ball. Third wide for Trim. First for Arnie. And quick puck out goes towards David Murta, who goes to ground. Still fighting for it over there, David Murta, and Arnie gets it. Arnie will go with the right hand down there towards Brian Dowling, who started this game very lively. Dylan Farrell has moved on back towards the middle towards David Murta, but he misses it or overhits it, and it's taken out there by 17, who's Jamie Gilmartin. The two Gilmartins have subs jerseys on them, and it's going to be a line ball for Trim. So lovely start to the match, Fergal.
Yeah, plenty of end-to-end stuff, but Trim are probably guilty of a few wayward efforts and goals. I suppose just a product of trying to rush things and be quick and swift with their delivery and getting their shots off, but it has led to a few wayward shots so far.
Nice play out there towards Mikey. Mikey might have a shot this time. Does he score? Wide ball, maybe a bit too far from Mikey. That's Trim's fourth wide. Mikey Cullen's first. 4 wides for Trim after 7.5 minutes. Ball's poked out towards Shawnee McGee, one-handed. Misses it, but it goes straight through to Joey Cole. Joey's on the ball. Gives it down the wing towards Brian Dowling again. The feature of the game is they're playing Brian with number 4, who's struggling with him, Andy McWeeny. Back out to Mikey. Mikey should have a crack here. Wide, second wide for Mikey. Trim are trying to put this game to bed very early, Fergal.
Yeah, going for goals and trying to get their scores really quick, and again just a little bit more composure and tap those balls over the bar, and we could be 5 or 6 clear at this stage if just a little bit more composure in front of the post.
Mickey Dunn gives it short there to young Gilmartin. Jamie Gilmartin at centre back, left-handed. He strikes the ball in there towards Gary Fleming, who's on his own. Gary tried to bat it out there to Mark Malloy. Gary's still fighting there with Jack Cox. Luke Moran steps in. Bit of a tussle on the ball over there, and it's a line ball, and it looks to be to Trim. So with 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes gone, it's Trim 3 points, Dunboyne 2 points, all scores from play. Trim have 3 scores, David Murta, Mark Malloy and Arnie McGee, and Dunboyne have 2, Peter Doherty wing back and full forward Jack Cox. David Murta hits a fine line ball down towards Arnie McGee, but the sweeper number 7 there, Keith Quigley, comes across. Arnie challenges well and Arnie wins it through. Mikey Cullen's in the middle. Oh jeez, if he found Mikey, but he went for the score and he got it. Mikey was free in the middle. I thought it was the ball, but Arnie gave it for a second score. Shawnee McGee with one hand again, and fouls. Be inclined to foul with one hand. If you go with one, it looks as if you're going to foul whether you do or not. So first scoreable free of the game coming up after 9.5 minutes, and it is, I think, full forward. Is it Jack Cox who's come out, or so first scoreable looking free. 18 is Shawnee Gilmartin. And that score is first score for Darragh Gilmartin from a free. So it's out there towards David Murta again. David's carrying it through, gives a lovely ball in there to Brian Dowling. Brian fumbles. Is he fouled? Back towards, he was fouled, I think. He's given a free out actually. Brian actually should have won that ball. Short free coming here towards Jerry Dwan and his player. Jerry with 15 is Conor Gilmartin. Is there 3 Gilmartins playing? There is. That's on there towards Sean Gilmartin, I think, back out there towards Jack Cox. In steps the centre forward, has a chance. Back to 21, flicks it back out there towards number 10, Adam O'Connor. And Adam hits a wide for Dunboyne's second wide of the game. God, Brian's after fumbling a couple. He got the lovely score and a couple of nice balls went in, but he missed them. Quick puck out again towards Jerry Dwan. The ref is blowing the whistle, and he's holding up play. Wing forward, I think Adam O'Connor's on the lovely evening for a game, Fergal.
Yeah, perfect evening. There was a little bit of wind blowing down towards the leisure centre end there, but it seems to have calmed down. But yeah, Bino is very definitely the focal point for any long ball going into the Trim full forward line, and he has got on the end of a couple. He's fumbled a couple as well. Would probably like to have been a little bit sharper on them, but it's a tight game so far, and Dunboyne are giving as good as they're getting. It's a crucial one for Trim, really. They need to win this game and put themselves in a strong position for a semi-final spot. I think Kiltale coming in a few weeks' time. You wouldn't like to be going into that game needing a win to get into the semi-final, but good opportunity here for Trim to book their place in the semi-final with a game to spare, but it won't be easy.
Okay, with almost 12 minutes gone, there's a little injury there to wing forward. I think it is Adam O'Connor. Or no, it's 15 actually, Conor Gilmartin, or 15 is Simon Cunningham, who's moved out. This ball is poked towards Dylan Farrell, breaks on through towards Arnie McGee, who's having a grand match. He has the beating of 17 all day. He's going for his third score of the game, Arnie. Ball wide. That's Arnie's first wide, and Trim's fifth, which is a bit wasteful. Long puck out again, but straight to Sean McGee this time. Sean McGee plays a lovely ball in there towards Brian Dowling again. Batted out there that time by fullback Stephen Moran. Back out there towards number 5 is Peter Doherty. On there to 11, who is Kieran McKay. Is he fouled? No. Did he pick it off the ground? He dropped his hurl. David Murt is on the ball again. Can he find Mikey Cullen here on the left side? Gives the ball in towards Brian. A lovely ball again. Mikey's in the middle if he can see him. Brian's on the 21 with the left side. Should give it back out to Malloy, which he does. Malloy, great score. Malloy's second score of the game. 5 points to 3 for Trim. Some nice ball going in there to the forwards.
Yeah, really good quality, but it all helps with the movement. Bino in there is getting out in front and showing very well.
Really well taken there by Adam O'Connor, who is giving Shawnee his fill of it there, a wing back. Out comes Kieran Lonergan, but it's really well blocked by young Danny Coleman. Danny finds a beautiful ball towards Shawnee. Shawnee on there towards Mikey. Mikey take on his man. Is he fouled? He can give it to Arnie. He goes himself. Mike, is it over the bar? Wide ball. That is Mikey's. Let's see. That's Mikey's third wide actually. And there is 13 and a half minutes gone, a minute and a half left in the first quarter. Ball poked out short again towards Peter Doherty. Peter will launch it down the field. Big high ball in towards Jack Cox and Luke Moran. A dangerous ball in. Ball breaks back to Gary Fleming. Misses the first time. Finds it. Should find Shawnee McGee with it. He does, nice and short. Shawnee should deliver long down the wing, which goes towards Brian Dowling again. Brian is out in front again. Have to switch player off Brian yet. Brian back out there to Joey Cole. Oh jeez, that just went through Joey. This one goes back. That's another foul from Sean. Number 10 Adam O'Connor is fouled by Sean McGee for the second time. And Peter, or who's that? Is it Jack Cox? No, I think it's Gilmartin. Yeah.
No, it's Simon Cunningham.
So it's Darry Gilmartin who will take this free for Dunboyne, looking for his second one. Is it over? Yes, it is. That's Dara's second point. 2 frees for Dara. Score 5 points to 4 for Trim. With approaching the end of the first quarter, it was an injury. There'll probably be another minute. This is towards Joey Cole. Joey misses that. And it's won back there by that is Peter Doherty, who's having a nice game for Dunboyne. That goes off there towards Adam O'Connor again, but only into Peter in the goals, and it's back out now to Gary Fleming. Gary launches one down the field towards Arnie McGee. Nice stick by Arnie, back there towards Joey. Joey gives a beautiful ball on to Shiley McGee on his own, 21 yards out. He really should hit it over the bar. Turns to his weaker side, the right, and he's fouled for a free in for Trim. It would be Trim's first free, scoreable free, and kind of a feature of the game is the way both teams nearly are trying to find their players every time. They're just not hitting it anywhere, Fergal.
Yeah, no, it's very definite game or plan of attack from both sides. It's get it to within 60, 70 yards and deliver quality ball into a man rather than into an area. But that helps when you've got that good movement, as we mentioned from Bino earlier on. His own brilliant movement. He's going from left corner to right corner, back to left corner, and giving Trim plenty of options. And now he's hoping to add one that's not from free, is it?
Yep. Yeah. So Bride scores his first free of the game and his second point in total to leave at the water break. Trim, are we not 6? Are we 6? I think we're 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 5 points to 6. It is 6. Yeah, 6 points for Trim, 4 points for Dunboyne, and another very pacey game. Fergal, a little bit like the Kildalkey match, maybe not the intensity, but still, if you're not to the pace of the ball, you're been whipped away, aren't you?
Yeah, it's very pacey and quick, and as we said, a quick delivery going into both full forward lines. But the intensity that was there in the Kildalkey game just isn't there, and as we mentioned, Trim have been a little bit less than assured with their shooting 4 or 5 wides or 6 wides is it so far, including one decent goal chance. A little bit more composure in front of the post, and they could be out of sight. It's a very important game, CJ, for them to win. You don't want going into that last game against Kiltale needing a win, even though you would go into it looking to win, but you don't want to go into it needing to win. If you can pick up 2 points here, put yourself in a really strong position.
So 6-4 to Trim with 15 minutes gone, and we'll just hold it there for a few minutes. Thanks. Well, not for long actually. Stephen Masterson is blowing the whistle. No time for a water break here. Fergal, what other games are you covering the weekend?
Well, the under-9 girls are playing Donaghmore Ashburn at 10:30 in the morning, and then we've to hot-foot it down to Burr for the ladies' meet against Cork. Jimmy Gagan is going to Newry. The Meath Miners are playing the All-Ireland semi-final against Derry, and Conal Collier is going to be covering Meath and Kerry in the Joe McDonagh Cup tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. So very busy weekend. Then Sunday morning, our Division 7 junior football team are playing Blackhall Gales in a challenge match. Unfortunately, our championship game was called off last week, but hoping to get a challenge in on Sunday morning ahead of next week's game.
Okay.
So
busy schedule as usual, Fergal. So we're ready to go again. Puck out again towards Shawnee. It's flicked back there. David Murta grabs the breaking ball. He gives the ball in there again towards Brian. Brian's behind his man this time. Oh, lovely hook by Brian on, I think, is it Stephen Bourne? Peter Doherty's playing a really good match there, wing back for Dunboyne. Gives a lovely ball in there to corner forward. Back there towards centre forward O'Grady. Or McKay, sorry. And McKay is tackled by Danny Coleman. Nice tackle, but did he push him? No, he didn't. Gives it on there to Dylan Farrell. Dill finds Mikey Cole down the wing. Mikey's just not in the game so far, but that ball is flicked back out there to midfield to where number 10 again is Adam O'Connor, who gets on it, gives the ball in there towards Jerry Dwan. Jerry breaks it down from his player. Jerry back on his feet. There is full forward Jack Cox over the left shoulder. Oh, hits the post. Unlucky for Dunboyne. Peter Farrell comes out, gets the ball, should give it off to Kieran O'Rourke, which he does. Rourke has a little bit of time, should turn onto his right side and deliver the ball, but it's given it short there to David Murta in the middle of the field. David turns to his right side and gives a lovely ball over towards Brian Down, just doesn't quite get to him, and out comes Joey Cole. So Joey on the ball here for Trim, gives a nice ball down the wing to Dylan Farrell. Dylan back to Arnie. Arnie's going for number 3 with a little cut shot. Is it over the bar? Great score from Arnie McGee, Trim's top scorer tonight. 3 points from Arnie. Arnie has really settled into this match. So can't talk to you. Played a quick puck out there towards Andy McWeeny. Tackled by Mikey Cullen. Mikey regains possession. This will be a great turnover. Mikey's on the ball, gives it towards Mikey Cole. Mikey flicks beautifully into the hand. Does he get by his man? There's 3 Dunboyne men around him. Trim, he needs a bit of help. In slips Brian Dowling. He's been marked now by 2. Here comes Mikey Cullen, but it's well stopped there by Michael Dunn. Michael will look short. Takes it through. He can't catch it again. Clears it nicely there down towards number 10, who has been the danger man for Dunboyne, but the ball goes out over the sideline. Trim, they're not far off from getting a major. It won't be long, I think, the way things are going.
Yeah, they're knocking on that door, and they've had several opportunities now, but it hasn't come. But I'd say it's not too far away.
So David Murty will take this sideline with 18 minutes gone in the first half. David Grant cut down the wing there towards Dylan Farrell. Dylan is in and goal, but it's stopped by Michael Dunn again. Michael brushes off Brian and left-handed out here towards Sean McGee again. Is he pushed on the back? He looked to be. David Murty gets on. It's a trim ball again, I think. Referee Stephen Master gives the sideline to Dunboyne. So Trim leads 7 points to 4. Almost 19 minutes gone. Here comes Peter Doherty with the sideline. Lovely sideline ball over towards Jack Cox, who's given Luke his fill of it there. Jack is left-handed. Nice score by Jack Cox for his second score of the game. 7 points for Trim, 5 for Dunboyne. Jack Cox is a big unit, isn't he?
Yeah, fine big fella, and a very mature Gosling, I suppose, as we've all seen over the last couple of years, and a nice fella, really nice fella.
Big puck out this time from Peter down towards Arnie, on top of Arnie, blocked by the centre half back, but Arnie slips in. He's playing great, Arnie, tonight, but it's slipped away by Michael O'Grady from midfield. Back there towards 17 again, Jamie Gilmartin. Jamie out towards his Michael O'Grady again, left-handed down towards Luke. This time Luke is on his own. He'll pick. Will he find a man? Goes the wing towards Dylan Farrell or Joey Cole. Joey he does find him as Brian. Brian's behind. Out comes Stephen Bourne, and it goes there towards Kieran O'Rourke, but a lovely flick there from Dara Gilmartin. Nicely tackled by Danny Coleman, but he's fouled. Danny fouled that time. Handy free there. Number 10 there, Adam O'Connor, is giving Trim plenty to think about.
Yeah, he's getting them plenty of ball as well, and he's just causing plenty of problems for the half back line. And there are plenty of threats done by now, and Mixer Dunn has shown his quality under the high ball a couple of times there as well. An excellent hurler and a great footballer as well. He's been a great servant to Dunboyne for years, and he's done well on a couple of occasions. Trim have tried for goals.
So free goes in from Dara Gilmartin to score his third point. All frees. David Murta goes short here. He must win this ball. Doesn't, but it flips onto his midfield partner Mark Malloy. Mark turns to his good side on the right, gives it towards Dylan Farrell, flicks on towards Mikey Cole. Mikey has a chance with the first ball. Is it over the bar? Wide ball from Mikey Cole. That's Trim 6 wide. Mikey Cole's. So puck out Danny Coleman. Nicely won there by Kieran O'Rourke, who doesn't seem to do anything wrong at the minute. Rourke back to Jerry Dwan. Jerry takes it through the tackle. He looks short, can't catch it. He's on his left side. Great ball by Jerry down the wing towards Brian Dowling, but it's gone out over the sideline for sideline ball to Dunboyne. Very tight match here. Dunboyne 7 points. Trim 7, Dunboyne 6. Cornerback there, Stephen Bourne gives it back to Mixer Dunn, who left-handed big strike from Mick back towards Gary Fleming. Ball slips through. Joey Cole goes back there, but it's going to be won there by Michael O'Grady. O'Grady turns back inside, gives it back out there, just can't recognise the number, in towards Jerry Dwan. Must win, which he does. Nicely taken by Jerry. Gives a lovely ball out there towards Gary Fleming. Gary down the wing there towards Joey Cole. Joey Cole seems to have switched out maybe around the middle of the field. Joey in there towards, just that last ball is not getting to where it should. And it's taken away there by Keith Quigley, wing back. And this is towards Mikey Cullen, but it's won there again at centre half back by Jamie Gilmartin. Jamie left-handed down the wing, but this could be Gary Fleming's ball, and Joey Cole's available down the wing for him, and he's just blocked. Joey was on his own there. I think Joey Cole's gone midfield and David's a wing forward, is it?
Yeah, it seems to have. I don't know if they're looking for a little bit more potency inside in the forward line. But
so play continues here with Luke Moran. Too much hand passing there, and another hand pass there from Dunboyne, and they're on the attack. Shouldn't be fouled. Man still going. Danny Coleman comes out and tackles, does well. Danny does very well, and Mark Malloy slips in, but still, it's a free in for Dunboyne. 15, Conor Gilmartin is fouled, and his brother, I think he's his brother Dara, will stand up and should strike his 4th point of the game from free. Sub coming on here, 29 for Dunboyne. We'll get his name in a while. They're taking off cornerback Andy McWeeny, I think is what's on my list. So the man that's come in as sub is gone in. Tell you where he's gone in a second now. Cornerback's gone off. So Shawnee McGee's down for Trim, injured with 23 minutes gone. 7 points for Trim, 6 points for Dunboyne. Or is that Joey Cole? I think it's Joey Cole maybe. So 29's gone in a wing forward for Dunboyne. 10 who would start really well. Adam O'Connor's gone midfield. And I think the midfielder's gone in a corner back to mark Mikey Cullen. So this is Dara Gilmartin seeking his 4th point of the game. 24 minutes gone. Dara makes no mistake, and that's his 4th point, 4 frees to level matters up at 7 points each with 6 minutes to go to half time. Mikey Cole goes for this, gets a foul and a free. This will be taken by Joey Cole. It's about 65 metres out, and he's bringing it on. Also, there must have been a bit of back chat there from Dunboyne, which makes this one a bit easier for Joey. So Joey is seeking his 1st point of the game, which will put Trim back in front again. 7 points each at the moment. 24 minutes gone. Joey stands over it for his first scoreable free of the game. Joey bends and strikes, and straight between the posts for Joey's first score, and Trim take the lead again. So puck out there, comes short, well won nearly by Arnie McGee, but Adam O'Connor gets in the ball, he's left-handed, gives it in there, nice stick by Sean McGee. Rourke comes out, very good by Rourke, takes it on, fouled by 18, who's Dara Gilmartin. Do you know what I saw in some matches recently, Fergal? The first 10 or 15 minutes they let stuff go, and then they start pulling stuff that they don't do in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, which you'd imagine maybe it should be the other way around, kind of set a tone early in the game and not be letting that type of thing develop in the game. But there was definitely a clip on, I think Mark Malloy was it, on his elbow that time, so it was a definite free for Trim. But yeah, maybe it should be enforced earlier in the game. Yeah.
So Joey has a chance to score in a second. Is it short or is it all the way? It's wide for Trim's 7th wide of the game, and Joey Cole's first. Ball pucked out there towards wing back. 7 is Keith Quigley, gives it down the wing where it's won by Dylan Farrell. Dylan gives it on there to Joey Cole. Joey crossfield ball here towards Brian Dowling. Brian is on his own this time. But he hits it short. Brian's not on fire tonight. Mickey Dunn launched this one down the field. 100 yards clearance there towards Kieran O'Rourke. Nicely played by O'Rourke. Walked in there by Shawnee McGee and then Danny Coleman, and the ball's on the ground, but it's won there by the sub 29. Gives it back to Dara Gilmartin. Dara switches back to the left hand, gives it plenty of space out here for number 8 Kieran Lonergan, and that ball has gone wide for Lonergan's first wide and Dunboyne's 3rd wide of the game, and there is 26 minutes gone. Ball pucked out towards Gary Fleming. Gary a little static, gives it on there towards Joey Cole. Joey's on the ball. Joey down the wing there towards Dylan Farrell, but he picks it up too high, and it's knocked out there by the Dunboyne man for a line ball to Trim, which Joey Cole will take with 27 minutes gone. 8 points for Trim, 7 points for Dunboyne. Joey will take this sideline cut. I think there's a sub warming up there. James Murray is warming up for Trim. Joey strikes the ball down, but it's nicely gathered in there, and the ball comes out here again towards Kieran O'Rourke. O'Rourke's got a little push, but he got away with it. Rourke misses the ball on the ground, and then now he wins it again. Rourke doesn't put too much wrong. Rourke back there towards Shawnee. Shawnee misses, but he gathers it at the second attempt. He's still there. could hand pass to David Murta, which he does, but David misses the pick. On the ground there, it's won there by number 5 again, which is Peter Doherty, playing really well. Gives it off there to Darragh Gilmartin, and that's a great score for Darragh Gilmartin's first score from play, his 5th point of the game, and it's a level match at 8 each with 2 minutes to half time. Pretty close.
Yeah, disappointing score there, because Trim seemed to have it under control on 2 different occasions. Mark Malloy looked to have had it, and then I think Shawnee McGee looked to have had it, but dropped it at both times, and Dunboyne swooped and took their chance.
Nicely won there by David Murta out in the half forward line now, and he gives the ball in there towards Mikey Cole. Nice ball towards Mikey. Oh Jesus, Mikey missed that one, and it's gone straight through Shane Moore in a full back. Shane, the big strong man. Back to Mixer Dunn, who launch it down the field again there towards Peter Doherty. Peter playing a great match here for Dunboyne, carries it through. Nicely played by Peter Doherty. He's nice hurler, second score of the game for Peter Doherty. Dunboyne take the lead at 9 points to 8, and Peter Doherty's doing very well for Dunboyne.
Yeah, and another score that came from a breakdown of a Trim attack and get it back to Mixer Dunn, who launches a big clearance, and it's just 2-touch hurling, and Dunboyne have it over the barn. They're ahead now, and Trim really regretting 8 wides to 3, and after dominating the ball, they're just not getting their scores.
Joey Cole's gone off the Trim team. On is James Murray, who gets on the ball straight away but gives it away towards Dylan Farrell. James on the ground. They're rooting around at it. Some needs to flick it out and pick it up. It's still on the ground. And now it's won by Jack Cox, who's left-handed. It's on Jack's left side. Nice block by Dylan Farrell in there towards. Nice stick there by Jerry Dwan. But Jerry is deemed to have fouled his corner forward opponent. A little bit unlucky, I'd say, but this will put Dunboyne 2 ahead with time almost up in the first half. Darragh Gilmartin for his 6th point, which he scores 5 from frees, 1 from play, and Dunboyne take a 2-point lead. So after all the possession Trim have had, they're 2 points behind. Here comes James Murray, gives it down there towards Mark Malloy. Ball on the ground again. Is it one there again? It is. Number 9, Michael O'Grady gives it on there towards Darragh Gilmartin. Darragh with Kieran O'Rourke. Darragh with the left hand gives it in there towards Danny Coleman. Danny wins it. Lovely Danny. Really well played by Danny, and a slap there from Kieran McKay gives the free to Trim. So Trim need a score now before half time to settle things down. Mark Malloy on the ball, gives it out there towards Brian Dowling, but it's short. Trim full forward line. Mikey Cullen, Mikey Cole and Brian Dowling are somewhat behind their men a bit. Here comes Mark Malloy again. Malloy gives a lovely short ball to Luke Moore, and on the run he's going to have a shot, but it's in towards the goal, and that will be Trim's 8th wide of the game. First one for Luke Moore, and there is 31 minutes gone. There's only about a minute left. Short ball there towards Mark Malloy again. Malloy wins it. Lovely, beautiful stick work by Malloy. Gives a grand handy ball to Brian Dowling. Brian should slot that, which he does for his 2nd score of the game. 1 free, 1 from play. So it's 10 points to 9. Mixer Dunn will launch this one out again. 31 minutes gone. Big puck out from Dunn, this time down towards Danny Coleman at wing back. Ball breaks through, but Rourke's reading the play really well at centre half back. Gives a lovely ball to James Murray. James in there towards Brian Dowling. Brian flicks it up but doesn't get it. Ball is played out there. Luke Moran is coming onto this. Luke does well. One again. Should have been. Yes, well done by Kieran O'Rourke. He was fouled by the Dunboyne man, who's arguing the toss with him. James Murray will come out to this one. It's 100 yards, but James has the ability to hit this one over. Who's down? Rourke's down. He's playing great at both football and hurling, isn't he? He's reading the game so well.
Yeah, it's all about reading of the game, and he has it between the ears and he has it in the legs as well. Amazing stamina to be able to keep going, playing intermediate and playing the Division 1 as well, and starring for the hurlers. He's really given it all in the last few weeks, and he's just a real linchpin for the team at this stage, and playing brilliantly again tonight, doing a lot of sweeping up and delivering the quality ball. But you mentioned about full forward line being in behind our men now. In the first 10 minutes they were showing out in front and winning ball, but that's just gone there in the last 10 minutes, and they're struggling to get on the ball and create the scoring opportunities that were there. So 9 wides is telling its tale in this half.
So James Murray will have a crack at this. He's a great free taker. He is about 100 yards from the goals, but it's well within his range. This could be the last action of the first half. James strikes, but it's gone to the left and wide, and that's 10 wides for Trim. Referee Stephen blows the half-time whistle. Dunboyne 10 points, Trim 9 points, it's pretty tight, Fergal.
Yeah, you have to say Dunboyne have been fairly efficient with their chances and played some lovely hurling to get the ball up into their forwards and clipped over a couple of nice scores as well. Relied a lot on the frees earlier on. The Gilmartins are having a big effect, and the big number 10 in mid, who's moved from wing forward to midfield, is having a huge impact on the game. But Trim just haven't really settled into it. We haven't seen that intensity that was in the Kildalkey game, and I know you tend to raise your standards when you're playing the higher teams, but you can't be affording to let them dip either when you're coming to play home games and Dunboyne coming to visit, because Dunboyne will take full advantage of any lapses at all, and they've done it so far. They've capitalised, turned Trim over 4 or 5 times and went down the other end and get scores. So I think the scoreboard is a fair reflection, even though Trim have had plenty of chances, and hit 9 wides isn't something that was part of their game the last day.
Okay, so at half time now, Dunboyne 10, Trim 9, and we'll take a break for now. Thanks.